Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you as John Locke, a philosopher and political thinker, to share my thoughts on the remarkable collection of essays known as the Federalist Papers. As an advocate of individual liberty, limited government, and the social contract, I find myself both intrigued and concerned by the ideas presented within this influential body of work. The Federalist Papers, penned by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, sought to champion the cause of a strong central government in the newly formed United States. Their intent was to convince the American people to adopt the proposed Constitution, thereby ensuring the survival and success of the fledgling nation. While I admire the authors' intellectual prowess and their efforts to establish a durable framework for governance, I must express my reservations. The central premise of the Federalist Papers rests upon the notion that a powerful federal government is essential for the preservation of liberty and the protection of individual rights. However, as a staunch believer in limited government, I caution against placing too much authority in the hands of a select few. In my own work, I emphasize the importance of a government that derives its just powers from the consent of the governed. I believed in the principle of separation of powers, where legislative and judicial branches act as checks and balances upon one another. This system ensures that no one entity or group can accumulate too much power and infringe upon the rights of the people. The Federalist Papers, on the other hand, advocated for a more consolidated government, arguing that it would be better equipped to defend against external threats, promote commerce, and safeguard the liberties of the people. While these concerns are valid, I fear that an overly powerful central authority could easily deviate from its intended purpose and encroach upon the very freedoms it seeks to protect. Moreover, I cannot help but wonder about the potential for the federal government to undermine the autonomy of the states. As a proponent of federalism, I believe in the importance of state sovereignty and the role it plays in safeguarding individual liberties. The centralization of power, as advocated in the Federalist Papers, risks diminishing the influence and authority of the states, thereby weakening the vital protections they afford to their citizens. However, I must also acknowledge the persuasive nature of the arguments put forth in these essays. The Federalist Papers eloquently illustrate the need for a strong central government capable of addressing the challenges and complexities of a growing nation. They emphasize the importance of unity, stability, and effective governance in a world that demands strength and cohesion. In conclusion, while I appreciate the intellectual rigor and eloquence displayed in the Federalist Papers, I remain cautious of their emphasis on strong central government. We must be mindful of the potential dangers inherent in concentrating power too heavily in the hands of a few. Balancing the needs for a functional government and the preservation of individual liberties is a delicate task that requires constant vigilance. Let us continue to engage in thoughtful discourse, to examine and re-examine our principles, and to ensure that the systems we establish uphold the rights and freedoms of all citizens, for in this pursuit lies the true essence of a just and prosperous society.